Hello, my name is Yasmin Mitchell and I'm a senior in Animal Sciences and Industries Production Management option, and I will be presenting about bringing emotional support animals to the campus of Kansas State University. The main goal of the program is to reduce the stress on campus for the students, but also for the faculty and staff at Kansas State University, whether it be stress from school, family, or surgeries. Animals have proved to improve the mood of people by having someone to listen to and to love them unconditionally from the human aspect of it. Because there are a lot of things that go on, and even like going more in depth with like mental illnesses or just not being able to cope with things that are going on if you have high anxiety, depression, even if you're bipolar, animals have proven to help improve the moods and the activities of a person with those sorts of difficulties in life. Phase 1 would be finding the volunteer and foster homes. The idea is to work with the animal shelters and adoption groups in the area to help find forever homes for the animals who have been abandoned or surrendered. A lot of the adoption groups get animals from kill lists, so we also want to be able to help them too, because there are a lot of great animals out there. There's no need to go to a breeder and try to get a specific kind of dog for an emotional support animal, or even when it comes to bunnies, reptiles, even fish can help with emotional support by just having something pretty to look at, and you can even talk to a fish. There will be an interview process to make sure that the animals are in good temporary homes until they're able to find their permanent home, and that interview process would include whether the volunteer has the proper space for the animals, or like a yard for a dog, or enough time to come and let the dog out so they're not left inside in a kennel all day, or if they have enough room for a cage, if they have a bird or a ferret, even a rabbit, or a tank where they keep fish or reptiles. And so that would be one of the requirements, making sure they're able to give the time and have the space needed for the animals. Phase 2 would be finding the animals. Like I mentioned before, it would be ideal to work with the local shelter and adoption groups who save the animals from kill lists, and to help them find their forever homes. The requirements for the animals would be a willingness to meet with people and be in a social environment, because the ideal plan would be to bring these animals to campus and have like a meet and greet just to spread the word about the program, so that we are able to match these animals with their potential owners so they can help them in any situation that they may be in at the time. And once the program advances, we can start to pair the animals with their preference to people. Like some animals are only good with older students or with no kids, or older people in older homes because they have never had a lot of experience with, say, toddlers or infants or kids under the age of 10. Or if they would do really well in a home with kids, or would work well with a kid who may need help, who might be a family member or a friend of someone who is on the campus and heard about the program. We'll be able to match them together, be more specific with our matching. Phase 3 would be to register the animals. In order for the animals to go wherever their owner lives, they need to be registered as an emotional support animal, and then it would be legal for the landlord to deny the pet. This is a nice kind of deal because the only training they need is the basics. They need to be toilet trained. If it's a dog, no excessive barking, and cats, no excessive meowing. And the animals should not be a danger to anyone, which is kind of a given considering the role they're going to be playing in the lives of these people. And I think that's really nice that they don't have to have all the extensive training like a service dog needs. Because they are more for at-home use and they do not go out in public. Some places allow them, but they're not technically considered a service dog, so they're not needed to have all that training to go everywhere with their owner. The final phase, phase 4, would be to find people to support. So the faculty, staff, and students at Kansas State who could benefit from having an emotional support animal, who would be able to make it through their days better if they had someone to go home to, or just someone to talk to, because not everyone has that. And once the animals have been worked with, there will be a need to reach out to the faculty and staff and students to help educate them about the program and know that it is available. And for those interested, there will be an interview process and meeting times with the animals to see if they are a good fit or not. And the way that would work out is they would have to fill out a paper form, and then they'll get a call back. They'll have find out what kind of environment the animal will be in, if they will, and also match up with what kind of animal can be matched up with them. And for the meeting times, it would be more of like the volunteer or the foster home that currently has the animal of interest. They'll meet up somewhere and meet with that person and let that person interact with the animal and see how they do. And then maybe it'll progress into overnight stays and staying over the weekend or for a week and seeing if that person is fully capable of taking care of the animal, and if the animal is willing to work with the person that is interested in making them their forever pet or taking them to their forever home. The project costs would be about $35 to $100 for the adoption costs for the animals. It depends on whether they're a cat, dog, a reptile, or considered a rodent. I know ferrets can be closer to the $100 range, and a lot of them come in pairs of 2. They grow up together, so they don't want to be. A lot of shelters or places who foster them don't want to separate them, which is understandable. So they are more in the pricey area. I know guinea pigs and hamsters tend to be in the $35 range, and there's everything in between. And another cost would be the $65 to register the eligible animal, like the cats and the dogs. I know they've been thinking about changing the rules about emotional support animals with the rodents and reptiles, but I know for sure that cats and dogs can be registered. And it's just a great thing because I don't think $65 is that bad. And the adoption fee, not exactly the adoption fee, but the price, like when we give the animals, we might ask that back. It really just depends on how well the program is going and if we are able to just hand the animals over after extensive research on the person who wants them, or if we just need that registration money back so we can do it for another animal to go to their forever home. It's not exactly a cost, but it is a time commitment, is a dedicated group of members to help care and work for and with the animals until they find their permanent home. And that comes from the volunteers who bring them to campus and the foster homes that take care of them until they find their forever homes. With the help of the volunteers and the foster parents, it also needs to be a pressed fact that this program needs people to keep it going. So if someone's leaving, try to spread the word and get as many people as involved so we don't run short on volunteers or foster homes. And a cost that would not be the program's expense is the checking if there's a pet deposit. That would be for the future owner of the animal, but just putting it out there so that they know that it's happening and are able to account for that when they get their animal. The health benefits for having an animal around is lower cholesterol, lower blood pressure, reduced stress levels, and better mental health, along with increased activity, reduced feeling of loneliness, and more opportunities for socialization, which is really important for people who are overweight or have any health issues like diabetes or high blood pressure, high cholesterol, things like that. and are dealing with depression, high anxiety, and are withdrawing from social situations like going to the park or just talking to someone, because having a pet creates conversations for others because you might have mutual things in common. And well, that was my presentation about bringing emotional animals, support animals to campus and helping improve the moods of everyone here who needs it. Are there any questions?